Welcome to Vancouver's West End, where I live and work and play.
Good morning. I guess there's nothing we can do about the blower in the background. Sorry about that. Anyway, it's peak leaf season. I estimate 50% of the leaves in Vancouver are on the ground. So it's a big job today. 2 properties. I'll show you in a second. Yeah, so probably 6 to 8 of those buckets. So I'm going to give you a few tips on how not to hurt yourself doing that, because repetitive stress syndrome can really hurt here and here. So we have to be careful how we lift. And on that subject, you can see my bucket over there has a pink bucket in the top. So because I'm lifting into another bin, the green clippings bin, I want to carry the maximum but divide it into 2 loads so it's easier to lift. Also, as you'll see, that bucket is square, not round. Round buckets are terrible for collecting leaves. And tarps are okay, but you have to drag them or carry them, and wheels are much better. Biggest advice to not hurt yourself on a day like today is lean on the blower. Okay, I'll go through 6 batteries for that blower on these 2 properties, trying to get the piles as small as possible. So then the lifting is less, of course. That's the name of the game here. Also, it's an obvious thing, but some people don't think of this. Underneath this tree is where the heaviest leaves are going to be. So that's where you amass everything. Always blow your piles into underneath a tree. Okay, and then there's less blowing to do. Okay, to show you the scope of the job for 6 batteries, I'll just take you on a quick tour. So, this property to the alley there, down the alley, around various areas in the front of the house, then this sidewalk, which doesn't look like much yet, but you'll see it'll pile up into large size piles. This entire street, both sides, down to that gray car over there. This part of the street where that pile is, that's from last week. I didn't have enough room in the bucket. Those piles will occur. We try and keep them to a minimum. Inside and out on this property as well. Okay, you ready for a ride on the helm cam? I'm going to do techniques of blowing. It's pretty basic, but you might learn something. Here we go. So I'm going to show you what 1 battery has done, and then we'll start the 2nd battery. So you can see the driveway's been blown all around the roses, front porch and front walk. Here's the new battery. We'll just jam it in the back of here. Put that down like that. Okay. So you can see sidewalk's been done, and you can tell I've blown hard in the crevice where the sidewalk meets the grass. That's where leaves tend to jam, and it's hard for the mower to pick them up. So I'll leave all the leaves in the center and then vacuum them up with the mower later. You can see it's also been done over there. Also, I'll be mowing in this area to pick up those leaves. I have blown a fair amount of leaves onto the neighbor's property because, look, they're not taking care of it at all. So that's my sign of, you know, F yourself. But if a gardener is taking, or a homeowner is taking good care of the property, I would never blow leaves onto them. Always collect them, pick them up, even if you have to leave them in a pile on the street. In this neighborhood, that's done quite a bit. They pay higher taxes. Maybe they feel they deserve the leaf collection, but I would advise a compost heap, and we have one underneath the shrubs hidden at the back, which gets used every year. So some of them are more formal on some properties. I have boxes that are, you know, designed and built specifically for composting purposes. But a pile of leaves will turn into soil, you know, maybe in a year, but you got a whole year to use it. So okay, so here we go. Techniques for blowing. First of all, don't worry about 5% because you can see all the leaves are falling like snow. The place is going to look like a mess as soon as I leave. But this is just an exercise in picking up the bulk of the matter and not worrying too much about the mess.
of the earth, the music of the sun and the stars, the music of your, it's the music of the earth, the music of the sun and the stars, the music of your, it's the music of the earth, the music of the sun and the stars, the music of your, it's the music of the earth, the music of the sun and the stars, the music of yourself. Sun and the stars, the music of your, it's the music of the earth, the music of the sun and the stars, the music of your, it's the music of the earth, the music of the sun and the stars, the music of your, it's the music of the earth, the music of the sun and the stars, the music of your, it's the music of the earth, the music of the sun and the stars, the music of your, it's the music of the earth, the music of the sun and the stars, the music of yourself.
Almost. Okay, you can see what one whole battery does. Now this is old tech, probably 2 years old at least. I think modern batteries last longer than that. Still, quite a bit accomplished. You can see I'm taking a lot of time to try and get those piles as small as possible, so less raking. Well, the blowing is mostly done on these two properties. I have to do the interior of that one still, but that'll be in a while. You can see the leaves are falling like crazy as I filmed, so we're not worrying too much about the mess, but you can see both properties, the bulk has been piled up pretty tight. And now I'm going to give you a couple tips for raking. Okay, the name of the game, this is probably 2 buckets worth, this pile. The name of the game is to use your arms as little as possible, because that's the weakest part of your body. So first of all, I'm going to use the bucket like a shovel. I'm going to scrape along here. There we go. Get some of it in the front, then use my foot here. Kick it in, drag it up a little more, kick it in. Okay, then Okay, I'm going to use this as a wall and then use my foot to just jam in the rest. That's a pretty full bucket. I'll just grab one more pile here. See that pile? Okay. Whoops. Rushing. Try not to rush. Don't look at the big picture because it'll depress you. Just stick to the spot at hand and make sure you got good music. Do it in dry weather. I'm supposed to do this tomorrow, but tomorrow looks ugly, so I moved it today. It's quite nice. No jacket. I'm happy. I wouldn't recommend this if you have a smaller size bin. But the big size bins here in Vancouver, they're pretty stable, especially when they got some weight in the bottom. So climb up on top and compress. You'll be amazed at how much it'll compress, as I will demonstrate now. Well, it's dropped about a foot, which is actually less than I expected. But we're still dropping, probably down about 16 inches. Definitely enough for another bucket of leaves. A word about these big bins. They're only $60 a year on top of the cost of a regular bin. And they're huge. So if you're a homeowner, switch. It'll make your life a lot easier. For $5 a month. Off your taxes. Or on your taxes. Alright, I gotta come clean. So during the filming of 18 tips on how not to hurt yourself raking, I hurt myself raking, both knees, quite badly. Because, I should know this by now, knees are not meant to take a load this way, right? They're only meant to take a load this way. So if you kick the leaves into a bucket, sucker style, you will wear out both sides of the joint, which are hurting and are swollen right now. And you know, the truth is, these two properties in one day, too much. Too much at this time of year for a guy like me. And as you can see, I've left piles across the street for next week because I just don't have the strength to pick them up today. So they'll have to fester, and next week I'll get them into the green bin. But today we're gonna put this in, and I'll just revise my instructions. However you get this in here,